Okay. Namaste, good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining today's session. For to begin with, as I always mention, right, this is not prenatal yoga or so basically, if you have any mental or physical limitations, please do consult with your doctor before proceeding. And again, go as gently as you can, as per your body limits. So we need to respect our own bodies and need to listen to our bodies. So with that, if you have a question, so then just bring the question and we are going to sit in Vajrasana for that to keep the height. Or so the cushion can be used between the shins and the thigh. That is one possibility. Or some people face a lot of challenge in here because of the curve. So you can put the cushion there. That is also a choice. Two choices are there. But again, we'll start with Vajrasana today. And I'm going to keep the cushion between the thigh and the shin bone. So with that, let's do a little bit of loosening and before proceeding. So we are going to interlace the fingers, take them up above, all the way towards the ceiling, raise them, reach high, lengthening the entire spine. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Feel that lengthening of the entire spine and then gently release and twist. So right palm onto the left knee and gently twisting to the left. Right shoulder will continue to come forward. Left shoulder is going back. Gaze all the way back. Good. Gently come to the center, palm facing up. Raise them high. Reach. Once again, lengthening that spine. You're trying to go against gravity, especially for the spine, by lengthening it. Gravities keep on pulling us down, and you're going against lengthening. And then gently twist onto the right side. Left shoulder is keep on coming forward, right shoulder going back. And gaze all the way back. Good. And then face front again, little bit of more lengthening. Nice, and down. Left palm is going to rest by the side of the left foot, and then we are going to bend towards the left side. And then you can also fold the elbow by and try to come further down. Gently bring your gaze up. Nice. And then the same thing is on the other side. So again, you can feel the stretch. So this time you can feel the stretch onto the left side. And then gaze all the way up. Good. Come back to center. Raise it high and bring it down. With that, we are going to adopt Chin Mudra. Tip of the thumb is touching the tip of the index finger. And back of the palm rested onto the thighs. Close your eyes. We'll broaden shoulder a little bit. Elbows will hang heavy. Skin of the face is calm and relaxed. From this state, let's begin our today's session with one sound of Om followed by opening. Receive a deep full breath in. Hands will come in the heart center in prayer position. Together we are going to chant Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Release hands and very gently open. Okay, so once again, I welcome all of you to the session. The question for today's session is, are we being available? Or are we even present? So, if you observe keenly, most of us, for most of the times, are occupied in thoughts, some or other things, in most of the time. So, even though we are physically present, mentally we are somewhere else. And again, it could be for any moment, right? So, if you're talking to somebody and you're partially present, then you are not able to fully experience or observe what other person is saying. Or if you're doing any activity and if you think that, okay, this is not the case with me, so I invite you to experience or explore the time you take bath, the time you take any house chores or do any house chores, right? Mind would always be doing something, something is going on, some thoughts. So how to practice this being available or being present to this moment? Right? And again, there could be multiple ways. The way that we would like to explore today is being curious. So just be curious what is getting offered. It could be something similar that was offered earlier, or whatever is getting discussed, but am I really able to enjoy and get involved completely? To get the full experience, we don't have much choice than to fully get involved. And the involvement will come with the curiosity. Is it interesting? Can I get the best out of it? What is getting offered? So when we go to today's session, my invitation to you is, again, just have that curious mindset and be available. Try at least, right? And if you mind goes to a certain thought, very gently pull it back, and then you can bring it to breath, or you can also bring it to the belly movement associated with the breath, or maybe the sensation in any part of the body. But at least that will help to be connected and be curious and be present. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. We will come to standing asanas. So let's do a little bit of loosening before we go to the asana practice. And just, okay. All right, so with that, you will come, your feet need to be touching each other. Hands will come onto the hips. We are going to raise our right knee, at least the hip height. And again, if balancing is occupying you, you can take the support of the wall. That's perfectly fine. Or maybe a chair, or whatever it needs to be to balance it. One important thing is, if you fix your gaze in the front on something which is not moving, then it would be much easier to stand stable. And if you come out, that's okay. We can go back to the position. Here we'll start with toe loosening. So up and down, only toes. Good. And then the ankle movement. So the entire feet, the right foot is going up and down, side to side, rotation, clockwise direction, and changing the rotation to the counterclockwise direction. And then the shin is going front and back. Only shin. And then left and right. Rotation. And counterclockwise. Good. And then we'll come to the hip joint. So the leg is going front and back. As far back. And as far in the front leg. Good. And then side. So extend into the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now separate your legs. Close your eyes. Feel the stimulation that we just did onto the right side and feel the difference with the other. Nice. Let's do the same thing onto the other side. So again, bringing that good grip onto the right foot, pressing it down, lifting the left leg, knee at least hip height, starting with toe, just toe movement. Good. And then coming to ankle, ankle up and down. Side to side. Rotation. Counterclockwise. And then coming to shin, shin going front and back. Side to side. And these are something that you can do on a regular basis at home. Circle with the shin. Change the direction. And then come to the hip joint. So front and back, straight leg. And then sideways. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And relax. You can already feel the stimulation in both the legs. They're stimulated, separate them wide, and again close the eyes. Notice both the legs are stimulated, and at the same time they're very strong. Allow us to stand firmly. Open your eyes. So feet together. We're going to bend our knees, making small circle with the knees. Let's start. The knee need not go past the toes. So we'll make small circle. Change the direction. Nice. Let's come to hip. So again, so here you can keep the suitable distance. So it could be few fingers or maybe a fist or maybe together. The whole purpose is hip rotation. So for hip, the head needs to stay where it is, the feet needs to stay where it is. It's only the hip rotation. So bringing the hip forward and taking it to the one side, bring it back, taking it out to the other side, bring it forward, and make it a smooth circle. So first do it slowly, because many times when we start fast, then the head also start moving in, and we will not realize it unless we see that in the mirror or somebody else says, oh, you are moving your head as well, right? So again, need to practice a little bit. Good. Changing the direction and continue. and come back to center. Good. And now we are going to separate our feet a little bit wider. Interlace the fingers, except the index finger. Take it all the way up towards the ceiling. Here first, we are going to do two movements. One is the rest of the body from head all the way down is in one straight line. It's only the arms which are moving, and with the index finger we are making circles in the ceiling. So nothing else is moving. It's only the arms are making circles on the ceiling. However big circle you can make, that's perfectly fine. But from head all the way to the feet, it is one straight line. Nothing is moving. So this is for the shoulder loosening. Good. And now, from the tip of the finger all the way to the waist region or the pelvic region is one straight line. So this is straight, and from pelvic region all the way down, it is firm. So this is not moving, right? Only the upper part from pelvic region is moving. So now we'll make a circle with our upper part of the body. So it goes front and back, big circles. But again, note that the pelvic region is not moving. Hips are not moving. They are still stacked on top of the feet. You might find it challenging, and yes, it is. Change the direction. Good. Come back to center. Release and then release. Close your eyes once again. Separate your legs. Shoulders goes from front all the way up, back and down, palm facing forward. Just observe the stimulation that we just did for the hip region, for the shoulders. Feet will again come close. So you can touch them, interlace your fingers, palm facing up. This time, inhalation, we are raising the arms, the palm going up towards the ceiling and coming onto the toes. So raise it high. Again, fix your gaze to bring the balance, fixing it. Stay there. Continue to raise the palm up towards the ceiling. Lengthen. Raise, 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 raise. And then slowly bring it down and slowly. Nice. We're going to separate our feet almost of 1 foot apart. And then right hand will go up. Good. Left hand is going to grab the wrist. And then slowly it is going to pull it up and onto the other side. Here we are going to bring our gaze up towards the ceiling. Notice the beautiful stretch onto the right side of the body. Good. Come back to center. Same thing is on the other side. So right hand is holding the wrist and then pulling it up. First up and then towards the right side. And again, do it gently. We don't want to injure ourselves. Gaze all the way up towards the ceiling. Many of these movements looks easy and they are easy. But when we do it, it brings a lot of stimulation in the body. Come back to center. And then release. Good. Okay, we'll continue with our shoulder loosening. So for that, feet can remain a foot or half of 6 inch apart. And then it is simply swinging the arm. So one and the other one. So we are making big circle. So as if we are swimming, right? So similar to that. And you can increase the speed if you like and make it continuous. Good. And notice the range of motion in this while you're doing alternate. Right? Change the direction. And then we are going to notice the difference once we do it together. Is the range of motion remains the same? See how the hand is able to go all the way back and down. Bring both the arms down and then do it together. Circle, and then you can see we cannot go all the way back. And it goes into the side and comes down. There is nothing wrong or right. It is what it is. But this is something to observe. Change the direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let's do last 5. Cool. You can stay in here, separate your legs, and close your eyes, or you can take a water break. So with that, let's proceed. We are going to separate our legs as far as body feel comfortable, right? So generally, if you raise your arms outside where the wrists are, that is how wide that can be. We are going to not stay into the pose for long, but we are going to swing on one side. So both the feet will be pointing to the right side. We are going to bend the front knee and swing and arch back. And we'll make it gentle. And then again, both the feet onto the side and to the other side and swing, arch back, come to center and then switch. The knee in the front will be close to the top of the heel. The knee in the back would be bent further down. So it is inhalation is center, exhalation is on the side. So we are using this asana for loosening purpose. This is called the crescent pose or Anjaneya asana. Exhale. Exhale. Come to the center. In inhalation, exhale other side. Come to the center. Exhale. Come to the center. Exhale. Good. Very nice. So that is the Anjaneya asana, loosening. Now let's move on to Natarajasana, loosening. So in that, we're going to hold the inner part of the foot. So I'm standing onto the left foot, onto the right one, I'll hold the inner part. Instead of outside, I'm holding the inside. And exhale and extend. And come to center. You can continue to hold the foot and then exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. And last time. Again, if we are finding challenging the balancing, wall support definitely can be adopted. No problem. The same thing is on to the other side. So standing on the right foot, holding the left foot from inside, arms into the front, exhale, kicking the leg. The center, body in the center, and then exhale. And the last side. Good. And good. So the entire body is kind of loosened. Now let's go ahead and grab the blocks and put it at the front. You might not need both, but at least one. They are towards the right side. He is standing on to at the top of the mat. Hands will come into the hip. Elbows close to each other, standing tall. Crown of the head is reaching up toward the ceiling. So from there, we are going to take a giant step to that. There is a heel to heel alignment. So the back heel is right behind the front heel, and the back toe is pointing 45 degrees outward, whereas front toe is pointing straight. From here, extend the arm at shoulder height, arm facing down, spreading the fingers wide. And again, just observe, are we present? Are we practicing being present? That's what we are practicing. Gaze will come into the front middle finger. And then slowly bring knee on top of the ankle. So we are in the Virasana position. We're not going to stay here, but this is going to be our transition process. So from here, we are going to bring the elbow or forearm onto the thigh. Left hand will go all the way up and make outward. So basically, it will bring the entire left side of the body in one straight line. You can keep your gaze into the front or up towards the ceiling. So both are choices. So we are into Parsha Konasana. Here we are not trying to dump our weight onto the right side. It's not the entire upper body weight onto the right. So it needs to be light. If you want to practice, you can also bring the arm into the front and stay there. And then we are going to go up, wrap the hand, left hand around the waist, and take right hand all the way back, up and back. Gaze goes up. So Parivrata, Virasana. Good. Now again, inhalation, warrior two. Exhalation, Parsvakonasana. Inhalation, Virasana two. Exhalation, the reverse warrior. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Continue. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Come to warrior pose. Straighten your front knee. Hands will come onto the hips. Square the hip to the front. Step to the top of the mat. Very nice. We did not use the block this time. Probably the next one. Let's do the other side. So step to the top of the mat. Hands will come onto the hip, elbows close to each other. Good. Standing tall, round the head up towards the ceiling. Take a giant step with your right foot this time. Again, check heel to heel alignment. They are front behind, the back toes pointing 45 degrees outside and outwards. And then shoulders, the arms are at shoulder height, palm facing down, front knee on top of the ankle. Good, we are into Virasana, variation number 2. From here, the front arm will come onto the thigh. The right arm will go all the way up to 45 degrees, gaze all the way up or in the front. The left hand will be light. Good. And then let's practice the other one. So right hand will go wrapped around in the back, and then we are arching back. Try to settle into the pose so that the mind tries to remain or understand and stay, okay, this is what the pose I need to get in. Once that is all done, let's do the continuous movement. Inhalation, Virasana 2. Exhalation, Parshvanasana. Inhalation, Virasana. Exhalation, Virasana. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, and exhalation. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten your front knee. Square your hip to the front. Step to the top of the mat and release. Good. Lot of stimulation, lot of strengthening. Separate your feet at least 1 foot apart. Close your eyes. Shoulders can go from front all the way up, back and down, palm facing forward. And just observe the stimulation that we did in the body. Now, since you're settled, breath is settled, gently open your eyes. We are going to stand to the top of the mat. This time, the block will come. Actually, it will remain onto the right side, and if more challenge is needed, then we will bring it to the left side. But for now, let's start with the right side. Hands will come onto the hip. So what we did earlier was Parshvanasana, and where we are heading towards this revolved or Parivrata. Parshvanasana. So we are going to have the hands onto the hip, elbows close to each other, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling, taking a giant step with the right foot this time. So left is in the front. Notice at the front we have the left foot and the block onto the right side. But once that is done, bring the left knee on top of the ankle. Good. The back foot is 45 degrees outward. So again, we are trying to get into Virasana. But from there, instead of going to Virasana, we are going to go to Parivrata Parshvanasana. For this, the trunk has to be moved. So bring your right hand on top of the block and then slowly twist open your chest or the heart towards the left side. Once all that is done, that is when you're going to extend the left hand all the way up towards the ceiling or can bring at 45 degrees. So in last time, what we did is this. And this time we are bringing the right hand down and left hand because the entire upper body is twisted. So Parivrata. Parshvanasana. Here, to bring further challenge, you can shift the block to the left side. And again, it becomes really challenging. But that is an option. Good. With that, slowly come back to standing. Straighten your front leg and step to the top of the mat. Good. Now let's do it on the other side. Stepping to the top of the bed, hands will come onto the head. Elbows close to each other. Crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. First, find yourself. Am I settled in this position as of now? Or is there something going on in my mind? Is it occupied or am I being present? And then take a giant step with your left leg this time. The heel to heel alignment, back toe pointing 45 degrees outward. Front knee will bend, it will come on top of the ankle. And that is when we are going to lean down, lean forward a little bit, bring the left hand onto the block. The right hand will go all the way up towards the ceiling, or you can bring it biceps by the side of the ears and the entire, so left down and right up. They are in one straight line, gaze all the way up. Once again, your knee need to remain on top of the ankle, front knee. Back leg is straight, so we are not bending the knee the way we did in the crescent pose. So this is Parshvanasana, Parivrata. Parshvanasana. Here to bring the challenge, you can bring the block on the other side and try to continue to twist and stay in the pose. Ask yourself, can I be present in this? Slowly unwind, straighten your front leg and step to the top of the mat. Release any tension. Wow. Feels really good with all the stimulation that different asanas bring. You're going to very gently come down onto our mats. Let me bring this down. Okay. Perfect. Cross-legged, seated, and then you can close your eyes. Observe how you are. Open your eyes. Okay, so then we are going to continue our journey. And in that, we are going to practice Virasana today. So we started with Vajrasana in today's session, like this. For Virasana, let's use the blocks. We'll start with the blocks and then we'll further come down. So blocks stacked one on top of another, and we are sitting on the blocks. And then legs are slightly outside the sit bones, right? And just sitting in the comfortable position with straight spine. Once you have further practice, then you can lower and notice it increases the stretch or stimulation in the knees. Further pressure gets built onto the knees. And only if your body allows, then you can remove the block and come further downward. And as you come down, you notice that again, that is quite a pressure. The front knees need to be together, and then heels are outward. So this is Virasana. You can adopt Chin Mudra, staying here, practice. Again, so this is, and then from here, let's do a little bit of stimulation as well, similar to what we did in the Vajrasana. So placing fingers, palm facing up, reaching and hard. Reach. And then twist, right palm rests on the left knee, gentle twist into the back. Come to the front, interlace your fingers, palm facing up, reach. And then twist towards the right side. And I can use that left arm and that right knee as a lever to go further back, to further twist. Come to the front and raise. And then release. You can bring the left arm onto the left side and you can bend. And you bring gaze all the way down. Same thing is on the other side. Right palm onto the right side. And notice when we do it on Vajrasana versus when we do in Virasana, what is the change? How does body feel? Where am I feeling the pressure, stretch? And come down. So once you feel comfortable, and if or when, again, you can continue to use the block. And as I said, so let's slowly move further. This is further challenging, so I encourage you just to observe once and then you can practice. So let me first show you where we are heading. So again, use a cushion if you need to. Okay. We are into Virasana, and from there we are going to use the support of the cushion and then slowly trying to come down. So we are getting into Supta Virasana. Very gently, coming all the way down. And again, if this is not accessible, bringing the blocks below the back or below the head is definitely a choice. Again, this will increase the stimulation in the thigh region and it is going to be a good challenge.
Shilji, can you please give one more time instructions? Because we were observing, we didn't follow earlier.
Yeah, no, that's right. So the next one I'm going to, so now if you are comfortable sitting in this, then you might want to use either block or cushion and you will come slowly down, right? So you can first gently come on one elbow. If you're comfortable, then slowly come onto the right elbow and then very gently. Only allow, so have bigger cushion or even the block first, and that way you might be able to access this pose, because sometimes it becomes so challenging that getting into the pose is really difficult. So you might want to have a block and another block, and this might be the position. Okay, this is the best I can go down. And then once it feels comfortable, then lower the blocks and you can further come down. And again, it is a journey. It will take some time, and we will do whatever best the body allows today. That's all. And then very gently, using the support of the elbow, we'll come back. So is this good, or you want me to demo once
No, no, thank you, Sushil. I got it. Without the blocks, I'm able to. Thank you.
again? Okay, sure.
Thank you.
And again, once all the practice is done, you can definitely go without the sport, but at the same time, it becomes further more challenging. So, however your body feels on a particular day, that's what. Suit Virasana. Slowly, again, using the elbows, we are going to come back up and then release Virasana position. From there, let's continue our journey. So we were in Virasana, right? And again, if this is challenging, let's go onto the block, one block, if that makes more accessible. And right leg will come into the front, so left leg is still into the Virasana. And now we are going to use the belt. That's what is going to be helpful. And we are going to wrap the belt around the ball of the foot, so which is the fluffy part below the toes. First, sitting straight and then coming forward. Inhale straight, exhale, coming forward. Inhale, stay where it is. Exhale, try to move forward with the straight spine. Inhale straight and then come forward and then down. This one is called Treng Ekmukha Pada Paschimottanasana. Staying into the pose, staying connected to the experience, staying connected to the stimulation, being present to this moment. And notice, once you are there for some time, you might be able to get further into the pose. Automatically, the upper body, because of the gravity, it goes further into the pose. So notice that subtle change. Slowly come back up and then release. We are going to change. So the right leg goes back, left leg come into the front, and again going to use towards the ball of the foot. And again, if you are able to reach there, hold it, bring the knee, head down to the knee, perfectly fine. That's where we need to go. So inhale, straight spine, exhale, coming forward with the chest. Inhale, raising the head up with the straight spine. Exhale, come forward with the straight spine. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, come forward with the heart. And then allow it to melt down slowly and let the head hang heavy. If you are not using a block, which is great, that is ideal. But at the same time, if your body is leaning to one side, then I encourage you to use some kind of cushion below your left sit bone so that you are sitting in the proper balanced position. Stay. Again, notice that subtle change. The body is continuously going front and down. Slowly release. Okay, the left leg again goes back. Good. The right leg comes into the front. See if you are able to hold now this time. And I'm going to come off the block this time and use the cushion if needed on to the right leg. If you can reach, that's perfectly fine. And you need to raise, so you need to raise the leg. And if you're not able to reach and hold, again, feel free to use the belt. So here we are going to raise it high, and some of you might be able to bring it all the way up and bring knee close to the head. If it is available to you, that would be awesome. And for others, we are still in journey. We're going to enjoy this moment. We're going to raise it as high as we can. This is called Kronchasana. Try to keep the spine as straight as possible, the leg as straight as possible. Good. Slowly bring it down. And the same thing is on to the other side. So, yes, it is challenging, but again, we are going to do our best. So, the right leg is bent, knees bent, the foot is coming onto the right side in the Virasana position. And then we are going to use the belt to start with. Slowly and gently bring it up. Try to keep the spine as straight as it can. Good. And if you are able to hold the and bring it as further up. Stay there. For some of us, it would be accessible, but we were simply not aware that all this is even possible because we have never tried it. For others who have taken this journey, we might find it relatively easy. And slowly. Nice. So with that, we are going to keep the cushion aside, rocks aside, and we are going to come to hands and knees position. And then first we'll come down to Shashankasana. So resting onto the heels, hold your forearms and the head rested. Let's take a few breaths, easy breaths in and out. Let's do one back bend. So from hands and knees, we'll slowly bring the hands forward and then bring the chest down. Legs are together, palms right below the shoulders or by the side of the shoulders. Inhale, very gently pressing onto the palm and then bringing the upper body up as much as possible. Then continue to bring the pressure higher onto the palm. Lift the body. Just try to keep your pelvic region onto the mat. Bhujangasana. Cobra pose. Staying there. And slowly release. Separate your legs. And then fold your forearm. Head rested into the Makar Asana. So legs are separate, heels are together, are facing together, toes apart. Good. And then from there, you're going to roll over and rest into the reclined position. Close your eyes and take few easy breaths. So we are rested onto our beds, legs apart, eyes are closed. Gently open your eyes. We're going to bring the legs together, both arms by the side of the body, palm facing down. Bring your heel close to the hip. Nice. And then from there, inhalation, bringing the pelvic region up towards the ceiling as high as you can. And then exhalation, bring down. We'll do a few rounds of movement to ease the body. Inhalation, up. Exhalation, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale up and stay there for a few breaths, staying into this Setu Bandhasana position, bridge pose for some time. Continue to breathe, inhale and exhale. Feel the challenge that the body is facing while staying into this asana pose. Take a deep inhalation, and as you exhale, slowly lower your back down onto the mat. We're going to bring the knees close to the chest. Very gently hug the knees. Knees are going to stay where they are. Only the head will go up towards the knee. Inhalation, head is down. Exhalation is to the knee. Inhalation down. Exhalation, head to the knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then very gently, slowly release. You can bring the foot down onto the mat, knees touching each other, and arms 45 degrees. Close your eyes. Stay there. Stay connected. Eyes are closed. Bodies. Extend both the legs out, and then you can open your eyes. You can grab the belt that we had before, and we are going to use that in our next answer. So bring the right knee close to the chest. Loop the belt around the ball of the right foot, fluffy region, and extend the leg all the way towards the ceiling. Now you want to hold both the ends of the belt onto both the parts of the belt onto one hand, only right hand. So right leg is straight and right hand is holding the belt. Left hand will go rested into the T shape. Here slowly we'll try to bring the right leg down, 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 as much as it can. So that's okay. If you cannot come all the way down, that's okay. But if you can, that would be great. If it hover over the ground, that's okay. However best you can bring the right leg down. Nice. Slowly take it back all the way up. And then we are going to change the hands. Now I'm going to shift the hold towards the left hand. And then right hand will go into the T shape, slowly bringing the leg onto the other side. Again, it might or might not be able to go to all the way down, but wherever you are, just bring it. And then shoulder blades. So both the shoulder blades will try to remain on rested onto the mat. You can close the eyes. We can also change or twist or turn our head to the other side. So the right leg is onto the left side and our head would be onto the right side. Nice. Take it back up, all the way up. And then release the belt, slowly bring it back down. The same thing, we are going to do it on the other side. So bend your left knee and loop around the belt towards the ball of the foot. Here first, left leg straight, belt onto the left side, right hand is onto the T shape, slowly bringing the left leg onto the left side. Very gently. Leg is straight, it is coming down, palm is holding the belt. However best you can bring it down. Good. If it hovers over the floor, that's perfectly fine. The gravity is constantly pulling it down, so no worries. Very gently take it all the way up. Now change. So we are holding the belt into the right hand this time. Left hand is in the T shape and slowly bring the left leg to the right side. Once you have reached your maximum capacity, that's when you might want to turn your head to the other side. Stay there. Notice that both the shoulder blades are rested on the mat. If one of the shoulder blades is lifting high, then you might have gone too far. Slowly bring the leg up and then release the belt and bring the leg down. From there, you might want to separate the legs, arms at around 45 degrees outward, or you can bring the left palm onto the heart, right palm onto the belly. Close your eyes. You're heading into Shavasana. In Shavasana, you don't need to do anything. You simply need to give permission to the body to do absolutely nothing. It's okay to do absolutely nothing. Receive Shavasana. Keeping your eyes closed, very gently. Bring a little bit movement in your toes, in your fingers, the wrist or ankles. Bring your legs together. Bring your knees close to the chest and then roll over to the right side. Stay into the fetal position. Very gently use the strength of the arm to come back to the seated position. And to rub of the palm. You can read it. Make a cup of the palms. Very gently. Okay, so we have few minutes that we wanted for the pranayama. But before we do the pranayama, as many of you might be celebrating Navaratri, so again, praying to the energy, right? To the energy god. So in pranayama, what we do, prana is nothing but the life energy which runs inside us. It goes, it is not the breath, but it goes or uses the breath to move. So we had discussion in terms of how one should practice pranayama. Or prana is that life force, and ayam is movement or controlling or manipulation or control, whatever you can say. Right? So that's what the pranayama is. Pranayama is one of the ways to control the mind, and one of the most important ways. Because if you tell mind, okay, calm down, probably it won't listen. Right? So then if you slow down the breath, the energy which goes to the mind is slows down. And that's where the thoughts, constant checking on the thoughts, they will also slowly come down. So that's how it needs to be practiced. Let's begin today's pranayama with one mantra. So we are going to bring our hands into the heart center, close our eyes, lead and follow. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then release hands gently. So what we are praying is Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Let us, oh God, let us take from Asat, which is unreal, to real. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, from the darkness to the light. Mrityurma Amritam, from the time-bound consciousness limitations to the timeless state of being. So for that, let's practice pranayama. Last time we did Udak and Rejak. So in simple breathing, that's all. So first is without consciousness, what we breath, it is shallow breath. With conscious, immediately when you bring the consciousness to the breath or observe the breath, the breath automatically expands. And then we did, third thing is intentionally expand the inhalation and exhalation. So intentionally in deeper inhalation and exhalation. Today we are going to introduce the kumbhak part, so retention of the breath after inhalation and after exhalation. So today we are going to practice inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Right? So let's do it. And you can do a count, hold of 2 counts on both after inhalation, after exhalation, then hold of 3 counts, then hold of 4 counts. And that's what we are going to practice today. So adoption mudra, seated comfortably, deep inhalation and start inhalation. Hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Slowly release the practice. So again, this is going to, in this way, if you notice in the last few minutes, we hardly took 5 or 6 breaths, isn't it? Otherwise, in 1 minute itself, we take so many breaths. It is nothing but not utilizing the energy to the best extent. We also practiced deeper inhalation and exhalation, right? So we just only do shallow breathing in here, whereas using the entire capacity. Again, while practicing, if you feel any dizziness, then you can stop the practice, lie down, or release the practice and just sit comfortably. Okay, so let's once again practice that deeper inhalation and exhalation. And again, in mentally, you can, in the previous one that we did, in mentally, you can put those numbers as I mentioned, right? Counts 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 when you do the retention, and then you will see that slowly your capacity is expanding. Let's do deeper inhalation wherein you do multiple inhalations and multiple exhalations. So close your eyes and just follow. So inhale, exhale. Let's take deeper. Deeper exhale. Let's make it extended, deepest inhalation as possible. And similarly, let's do complete exhale. Release. Good. Now let's take continuous inhalation one after another. Let's do inhale, additional inhale, exhale, additional exhale, inhale, additional inhale, taking additional inhale, exhale, additional exhale, further exhale, and release. Gently open your eyes. So the inhalation, further inhalation, and extended inhalation. This is just to observe that that is the capacity which is available. I do not encourage you to breathe like that constantly, right? In jerks and in inhale, inhale, inhale. No, that is just to being aware of the capacity. Once you are aware, then it is one smooth, deep inhalation and one smooth, deep exhalation. That's where we are going to reach. And again, including the kumbhak. So deep inhalation, as long as you can hold, deep exhalation, as long as you can hold. So that's the cycle we are going to take. Right? So let's practice as per our own capacity. Let's practice all the 4 rounds. Deeper inhalation, the deepest is possible. Deeper hold, the maximum that you can hold. Deeper exhalation, the best you can. Completely exhale the entire lungs and everything. And then deeper hold. Let's take that cycle. Couple of minutes. At your own, you know, at your own pace. We'll begin. And I'm not guiding, you will practice on your own. So continue. And then release. Release the practice. Allow the breath to move on its own with ease. Eyes remain closed. Once we continuously practice this deeper inhalation, exhalation, and hold, that becomes our normal breath. That becomes our new normal. Notice the state of the body. Notice the state of the mind. Body is stimulated, mind is calm. Let's carry this peace and calmness with us for the next few days or for the entire week. We will see today's practice of yoga with one single sound of Om followed by closing prayer. All of you, please receive a deep, full breath in. Hands will come in the heart center in prayer position. Together we are going to chant. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Once again, drop your palms. Make the top of the palms and cover your eyes. Very gently take the palm to the rest of the face or rest of the body. With that, thank you so much everyone for joining in. You all have a wonderful rest of the Saturday and a very good weekend ahead.
Thank you so much, Sushil.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sushil ji.